So, one crack news fans, don't forget to hit the like button. The Cash App is Carcino, Karceno. Giving people positive reinforcement is not a bad thing. I don't understand why people have a problem with people doing that. If you do that, you know what they say? You glazing. Stop glazing them. I have inspired women to change their lives. I've inspired men to go out and get jobs. I have been inspiring people for years for free. So it's good to see a progress report. You know, this woman was living with a man who was making her feel less than nothing because he had what he wanted. He wanted the wife to stay at home while he go out and see the world. And she'll be spending days in the house and she's getting depressed because she's seen herself gain weight, not look like herself anymore. And she's got these kids, to keep her in the house. And then he wants her to just keep getting pregnant and staying in the house. And she's like, he's never home. He gets to go out to the bars, have all the fun, and I'm stuck in the house. The moment she decided to want to do something for herself, he would shame her, claim she was selfish, and she wanted to go be a hoe, which wasn't what she wanted to do. She just wants to look and feel like herself. And it's okay for a man to do that, but a woman want to do it, and it's bad news. So that's when she was feeling less than nothing. So when people start giving other people positive reinforcement, because I've been knowing this woman for years. And I'm like, I've been knowing her before she even met the clown. So she hooked up with him. It was a bad idea. They were never supposed to be serious. They ended up getting serious because they had a kid. So they never really was in love. It was just, well, I'm comfortable. I've been dating him for a while, and we both like the same music. We go to the fest. They do the same things, that they like. They both enjoy same things, her friends and his friends. So they all went to the same high school, just different times. So they got a collection of people that all know each other, so it kept them together. But they're toxic. And if you know the guy, and that's the thing, he would think I was dumping on him. I don't do that. I don't gotta dump on somebody. Like, I don't want your woman. That's one. Two, I was friends with her way before you knew her. And I was like, I never tried to smash her because I was already smashing someone that she knew. And because I was doing that, it was a whole different world. No. So it got to the point where he wanted to leave and separate because she wanted to do things for herself. So he was like, oh, you changed. Meanwhile, he was seeing another girl and was ready to move and leave his girl and two kids and go ahead and move in with this other woman. So that's what he did. He left her, left his family, moved in with another girl. So she was depressed. And she started to get her life back. She started to work out, exercise, and make time for herself. Spend about an hour or two day, on the treadmill. And she started lifting weights. And she was getting herself back. And this was her journey. She was on. She was determined to get her look back. So, I was very proud of her, and she sent me a beautiful text message that was like 50 years long. But it was beautiful, thanking me for inspiring her to not give up and just wallow in depression, because I didn't have to do that. But because I cared enough to give her positive reinforcement, and I didn't even have to talk down on him because it's not my thing to do. I don't have to talk down on him. I'm like, look, when I met you, you were the most fun human being on the planet. You was full of energy and full of ideas. So don't let that person in you die. That person is still there, still waiting to be there. You put all this stuff on top of it, all this stress, life, and all that. Let it go. Okay? You're hurt that he don't want to be there or whatever with the family. Let it go. Do what you got to do. Make a plan, get a list, write the things down that you want and need to do, and for each one, start making the steps to doing it. And she was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And I was like, it's not going to become real until you write it down. You can say it in your head, you're going to do it, but then you don't end up doing it. Once you start writing it down, then it becomes real. So she did it. Person on my Patreon right now got a job, starting his own business out. He's in the vending company business. He saw the video I did with the vending companies, talking about, man, getting into the vending business and all of that. And he already had the flatbed trucks. So he said, man, I'm going to just get these Coke machines. I'm going to rent them. And then I'm going to, put them in these places and get me a vending machine business. And now he's making money. And said I inspired him to do that. He was like, man, I ain't got it on lock down here. I was like, wow. He's like, man, I got some more ideas now. He's like, I got the vending machine business going. He was like, I'm finna get me a little arcade thing going and put the vending machines in there. Cause he's like, I bought 2 vending machines. He's like, now I got them running at this the warehouse company. He's like, I'm finna get these other ones, the one with the candy and all that. He's like, I want those in there. Then he's like, at the depot, I'm gonna try to work out a deal. So he's excited. He's thinking entrepreneurially. He was like, what should I do? Like as far as consolidating, should I add the 2 companies? He's asking me all these questions. I'm like, look, I can't run your company for you. But I'm glad you're having success. That's what I did it for. He was my VIP. He stayed there every year, VIP. And he's like, look, I'm VIP forever. He's like, for $25 a month, I got me a business that I can pass down to my kids. So on my Patreon, man, he's a living example. So that made me feel good. He said, changing baby diapers and bottles. Yeah, man. Shoot. I'm gonna be doing that when I go when I go to Florida. No, man, it's all about being in the mood, you know.
No, Kimberly Reese.
Oh, it's a it's a far stretch because when you start thinking in the narratives of tone, right? Well, a lot of people have been inspired. Not all of it is successful as of yet. Like the one girl that was on the Patreon, she got her a candle business. She tried to sell the candles and make her own candles, but she doesn't really know what she's doing. But I inspired her to do something, to try. So when they saw that on the Patreon, they were like, oh man, we can really learn about business here and some ideas. It's like, yeah, it's business ideas. It's something that you need to learn and get involved in. It will change your life. So, no, I'm not leaving yet. This has got a while before I go do that. Yeah, my nephew is turning 1. But we have got to learn to inspire each other, man, and move forward in great directions, man. You got Jersey, yay. There's a lot of good people out here doing things. Like I'm saying, everybody thought I'm like anti-marriage. I'm not anti-marriage. If you find the right person to settle down with, don't leave them. Believe me, what's left out here is nothing but heartbroken, crazy women. You don't want that. That's one thing you don't want, is to be married to the wrong woman. The woman that just wanted to be married because she was like, I'm too old to not be married. You want to just find somebody who's just as messed up as you and can tolerate you enough to want to live with you. Shoot, if a woman lived with me, she'd be jumping out the window. She'd be like, I cannot live in this house with this man for another 2 minutes. I'm jumping out the window. I cannot do it. That is it. And shoot, it's been vice versa. And some of these women, I was like, I cannot. I'll be like, I'm just not coming home. Where are you at? I'm across the street at the hotel. I just need some silence. Yeah, you got the house for the night. Just, I don't even want to go in my whole house. Shoot, guys be in the car like, I'm gonna be out here for a little bit listening to the radio. I'm gonna go in a minute. Yeah, it's a nightmare, man. In most of these places, they got all this stuff going on. Imagine having a condo, right? You in a relationship with somebody, right? I inspired this girl to get out there, to get her own place. I said, you need to have your own place. And me and her, we messed around way back in the day. But this is like 10 years later. I run into her. She had just broken up with her guy, but she was living with him still. And she was like, this relationship is. I'm like, look, you make good money. I'm quite sure when you dated me, you were saving money. I'm quite sure you got money saved up. Get your own place. What are you doing? Like, you've always been on the ball. Like, that was the least of your problems when we dated. The only reason we stopped dating is because you live too far. That was it. That was the only problem me and her had, is that it was too far for me to go see her with the job I had. So I'm like, look, we lived too far away. That was the that was the problem. You was way out in some bumble place that now, from where I live now, it ain't that far, but still, I wouldn't want to drive out there. So I was like, look, here's the deal. You go ahead and, start making plans, see what it is, go out there and start on your own. But she's somebody who's always lived with people. She don't know how to live alone. So I was like, well, you said you had a dog, right? Take your dog with you. So it'll be you and your dog. You got somewhere to care about. She was, I just don't know. And she told me she faked a suicide. Like, she wasn't really trying to take her own life. She just wanted to get some attention. It was like, ooh, yeah, this is a bad one. But I'm like, okay, you got to get yourself back on your feet. You know? Back on your feet. I want to see you get back on your feet and get out there and straight do it. You got this. Well, you know what happened after that. It's what really happens. She went and she got her. I don't know what's going on, dude. All right, they got Jersey Ye is number one on the list. But then they took away the comments. Like, what are they doing? So anyway, she got all the way to she got all the way to getting her place, getting her life back together. And she was getting depressed and tried to go back to him and start dating even though she moved out. And I told her, I said, hey, you was a devoted Catholic girl, right? You went to the Catholic church. I'm like, grab your Bible, read your Bible, get your strength, and you don't need toxic people around you. Stay in the light, stay with positivity. Why would you go back to something negative? She goes, I don't know. You don't want to get back with me. I'm like, I'm not in a position to get back with you, which I really wasn't. I was seeing somebody at the time, and I'm like, I'm not in that position. Right now, that's not what you need. You need to be focused on getting your crib together, right? You got a good job. Try to go for a promotion at your job. Are you up for a promotion? Start focusing on your life. Because we had all lost a friend of ours. Like the person that we lost would end up being a friend of hers too. So I said, look, we lost so and so, and that let us know time is short. All them people ain't here no more. They would be dying right now to be here, to have a chance. A lot of people didn't have a chance to have that life, that they wanted. So take advantage of it while it's here. Don't take it for granted. Man, that's all I could do is speak the truth. Yeah, so she got I think she's engaged now. She's got a whole nother guy she's with. She's engaged now. She don't really talk to me too much, but I guess, her being engaged. But hey, she got out of a bad situation with somebody who didn't appreciate her. Now, well, on the other hand, there's other problems on the table. You look at I've inspired a lot of people, but it's other people that inspired me, just to keep going and get motivated, keep doing this, get up. Cause I'll be like, it's certain days I'll be too tired. I'll be like, I can't do it today. He said, I'm about to take it back down. All right. Shoot. I had to take my buddy, man. We went out to the bar for beers. It ended up nobody came to his birthday, man. Like it was his birthday and nobody showed up. Like people text him, he didn't say nothing to him. It was crazy. I had never seen that before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt bad for him. But that day, man, I made it. I made his life because I showed up. Nobody else showed up. I wasn't even gonna show up, man. I was just tired. I was like, man, I just got off work. It's a weekday. I'm tired, bro. He was like, it's my birthday, man. I was like, oh, it's your birthday? All right, man. I'll come out. And I didn't know how big that moment was. Because you never know. That's what I'm saying. Inspirational things you don't even know. You might inspire somebody to do something in their life and you have no idea. You don't have any clue that it happened. So somebody might tell you, like, I didn't know letting the little kid, well, he wasn't little, he was old enough, he was like 15, 16. I let him drive through the drive through of the parking lot. So we went to get the food. That was like his first time. Like, man, dude, you let me drive. He's like, man, I talk about that story all the time, man. You let me drive through the Taco Bell drive-through. I was like, yeah. He's like, man, I'll never forget that moment, man. I was like, I'll never forget anything you need, man. I'm gonna be there for you. just because of that. And I was like, man, it's not that serious. But yeah, I think back to those moments, man. So be blessed, man, all y'all out there, and inspire. Always inspire. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm out.